Yeah, in a game like this, tough, tough. They made a few more plays than us, um, and the result is what it is. But I feel for my boys. They work hard, uh, and they you don't deserve it. I mean, you got to go take. You got to go take things in life that you want, and you know, it's a good thing. It's hard to say it's a good thing for my guys losing, but through adversity, it helps these guys grow, helps me grow, and we'll come back ready to go the next time we play in Texas.
On your next to last drive, it kind of looked like you were playing as if it were your last drive and trying to milk the clock and play more ball control. Was that because of the way UCLA was playing you, or because you want to just leave them with as little time as possible?
Yeah, you feel like you can kind of. Trying to remember the last drive, but the second to the last drive, yeah. We just wanted to put ourselves in a good situation. If you're the last guy with the ball, and then you give the team a 2-minute drill. Sometimes it's hard to press a 2-minute drill. So try to make it tough on them. Put time down. But sometimes there's different things in some of the plays that I got to get better at when it comes to coaching. So it's okay.
Hey, Coach Chang, what would you say in the second half UCLA did to make the going tougher for you guys offensively? Any specific things that you picked up on?
No, they're pretty good. They're getting after the quarterback a little bit. They're winning on some of their matchups, which that's watching the film from last year. That's kind of what they did. They were really poised in one-on-one matchups that they won, and so they made a couple more plays on defense than we did on offense.
Coach, talk about the special teams. You had the fake punt there early on in the game, and just kind of how you saw that facet of the game perform this afternoon.
Special teams will continue to get better. It's a point of emphasis for us. It helps when your guys are in the system as long as they are. Now being the third off season for us together, and so overall on the team aspect, special teams can become a weapon. And we plan on using special teams as a weapon.
Coach, just talk about, you guys get the ball with 56 seconds left. Just what was the play call? What was the, plays that you guys had in mind driving down the field?
Anytime in 2 minutes, especially when you get sacked, it really kills drives in that type of situation. We had a couple. We had a chance at 4 plays, but as you can see, sacks are drive killers in 2-minute warnings, which we ended up taking one. But got to get better in some of these situations. I got to help the guys get better in those situations, and put together. You don't want to be in that situation where you got to come back, but if you're in it, you got to just be better.
Better.
Practice.
Coach, what can you say about the toughness of Brayden Schager to stay in the game, and do you think that affected the play calling later on?
Yeah, Brayden was a little banged up, and took a shot in there. I believe I think his first quarter, took a shot early on, and so, maybe it affected him a little bit, but the kid is so tough, man. He fights through, and takes shots and gets up and keeps on going. I think for us, at times, we like to move him and get him going. In the first quarter, he got banged up a little bit, and so it kind of prevented that.
There are a lot of penalties, a lot of personal fouls, things like that, and also there were 2 delayed games. Is there a communication problem with the communication system?
Yeah, it's a good question. No, there wasn't. I tried to call timeout on one. Didn't want to waste the timeout on the second one. It's just something that I got to get better at in informing my quarterback.
It was the first time you guys sold out the place in this 15,000 setup primetime slot on CBS. What do you think of the game atmosphere, presentation, opportunity?
Yeah, I thought it was really special that the fans came out and supported the team, and they really felt the emotion, of our fans, the state. There were a lot of UCLA fans that traveled here. There's a couple homegrown guys on that team, and so I thought it was a great environment put on by a university, and being in that prime time slot, it was a good game. It was a fun game to watch, and so overall good.
Coach, regardless of depth chart, and excellent question about QB Schager, who in your mind was actually the next quarterback in, regardless of depth chart? Because on the sidelines, some of us were discussing that you might throw somebody else in, not what was on the depth chart.
Yeah, I know we would have stuck with John Sakapolatele. He's getting all the backup reps right now, and so we're preparing him as the number 2.
Coach, just I know you don't want to, it's a loss. A loss is a loss. But what are some of the silver linings that you told your team in the locker room going into next week and then the following week when you guys head to Texas?
I just told them that we talk about adversity right here in this lecture hall, our team meeting room, and we talk about fighting through this. This is adversity. These guys want to win. They got 24 hours to fill it, but it's on to the next for us, and really it just really comes down to becoming better, adding value, making good decisions. But I'm so proud. This is what I did tell them. I told them I'm proud of them. Okay, they just made a couple more plays than us, but I told them that I would look in the mirror and I'm taking the blame, and this one's on me, and I'm gonna find a way to get better myself, and from there, individually, I expect them to do the same, and then we come back to work and we go.
I believe too that Derek and I had a little miscommunication. There was one more question, actually 2 quick ones. Pofele's finger, did that affect the way he was trying to catch the ball later in the game? And also, another subject, you guys had a fairly effective shovel, but not a whole lot of ground game. You want to try to do a little more misdirection or anything else that might have loosened up that aspect of the game?
Yeah, sure. We have design plays that we want to be better at, and if we are better at them, those plays start to hit. And so we'll go back and look at them and coach them up and get better at some of those runs, the shovels, all those things that you're talking about, run game wise. Perfele's finger, I wasn't aware that he had a finger, but I knew that he was feeling hydration, maybe cramping in some, so he was missing for a little bit of the beginning of the third quarter. But yeah, we just gotta, those guys know that they want to be better at executing and making plays out there, and so we'll go back and watch the film and see how we can get better at those.
Hey, Peter, what can you say about the defensive effort you guys put on in the first half, holding them scoreless, and then how did you see UCLA get something going in the second half?
I would just say in the first half, we were playing with our hair on fire, and nothing changed in the second half. It was just mental errors and undiscipline from some of our guys, and we're just gonna take that into accountability and fix it all come Monday.
And then the final defensive sequence you guys had, kind of trying to stop them outside of field goal range. They get too close. What can you say about just trying to stop them in that situation?
That's something we're gonna practice more, and our coaches harp on 2-minute drill, and holding them at the end of the game. But that's on us, the players, and we just got to come back and fix it, like I said.
I know you guys playing for your families, your state, yourselves, and the fans and all that, but also a lot of times you get inspiration from coaches, right? And Coach Thurman was a great player at USC, and of course UCLA was a big rival. And did he tell you guys did that come into play at all as you guys were preparing? And did he tell you guys any good stories about their rivalry and and how fired up he might have been for this.
He didn't really tell us any stories of when he was at USC, but he's a calm guy. Come game day and leading up to game day, so it's all up to us to get energy, and of course he's gonna lead us, and we just got to go out there and execute.
Peter, just talk about just what you felt, just how the defense played. What do you guys have to do to be better? Obviously, you guys were very tough, and I think the crowd had a lot to do with it.
Yeah, I would say we played good, but obviously not good enough. The score should have stayed 13-0. We just got to come back and fix all our mental errors, and nothing's wrong with our scheme. The coaches are coaching us right, so it's up to us players to just execute.
It was the reversal on the targeting call.
Yeah.
Do you feel like after years now they're finally getting that refined to a point where it makes sense? And how difficult is it for you guys, aggressive defensive players, to try to figure out what they're looking for, what's legal, and when? Because you got to be aggressive, right?
Yeah. No, Coach Chang does a good job on bringing referees in and teaching us the penalties. So this offseason we learned from referees firsthand, what a targeting call is, and that's why when I got up, I knew it wasn't targeting. I didn't believe it because I didn't lead with the crown of my helmet. And yeah, I would just say Coach Chang prepping us for that, learning all the rules. You can't play this game without knowing the rules. So props out to Coach Chang.
We talked to Timmy just now, and he mentioned, the whole 24-hour rule of, letting this one sink in. But, you guys have another task at hand in a couple weeks going out to Texas. What are you guys going to take away from this game and maybe some of the silver linings of this afternoon?
Just knowing that we can do it. In the first half, we shut them out. Nobody would have believed that. UCLA themselves didn't even believe it. But I would just say, soak it in 24 hours, but don't forget the mistakes that was made. So, just learning from the mistakes that we made and getting better.
And Peter, what do you think about today just as a college football game day experience in the stadium and fans and all that stuff?
For me personally, it's great to see fans. Great to have it in a sold out place. But for me, when I'm on the field, it's just me and the guy across from me. I don't really pay attention to the crowd that much. Sometimes I get the crowd hyped a little, in between plays, and it's just a great environment, and I think that's my first time experiencing this sold out place, so it was great, I hope to see many more games sold out, and we appreciate the people of Hawaii. Thank you.
Hey, Brayden, first up, how are you feeling, man, after some of the hits you took today?
Pretty beat up, took a lot of hits. Took one to my ankle, but, we get a bye week next week to hopefully get back healthy.
And can you describe the challenges that were presented in that second half, particularly by UCLA and just moving the ball downfield?
Yeah, I think they got a good defense, so hats off to them. They did a good job of doing some confusing looks to our offense, and at the end of the day, we just got to be able to handle it and be better.
Hey, Brayden, just talk about the game and what you felt. Obviously, it was a bit of a slow start. Just what you take from this and what needs to be improved.
Just got to look at everything. We got to, be better, do our 1/11th better, and it starts from everywhere. It starts with myself, and I got to take control and be better.
You guys get the ball with 55 or 56 seconds left in the fourth. Just what was going through your mind as you guys were trying to drive the ball down the field?
I was just having faith and trusting that we would be able to do so. I had confidence throughout the whole game that we would be able to move the ball, and sometimes it just doesn't turn your way, it doesn't bounce your way, so it's unfortunate.
Brayden, I know you said you got banged up, you powered through it. Did you feel like did that limit you in somehow? Did it affect you in that second half?
Yeah, I couldn't run at the end of the first half, and then it was a little better in the second half, but still struggled to be able to run. And obviously that's a big part of my game recently is running. So, but there's no excuses. I could be better.
Your plant, like your plant to throw or anything?
A little bit, but there's just throws that you got to make, and I'm not gonna sit up here and make excuses for myself.
It's almost eerie in a way, but maybe not 100% unexpected, like almost like a role reversal type thing with your opponent from last week, where you guys were heavily favored, and these guys today were favored by 2 touchdowns, and you guys took control early of this game, and compared to last week where it was the other way around, and then your opponent today got the momentum in the second half. Was there anything at halftime that you guys maybe said, hey, we remember what happened last week, and this is what we're gonna do to avoid that and keep control of the momentum and win the game?
Yeah, I'm proud of the way we fought. Came out, scored pretty early, and you just got to keep that momentum rolling, and we weren't able to do so. I mean, the defense played amazing, and so we got to be able to back them up. And I was really proud of the way they played. I thought they did amazing. They deserved to win the game, so we got to play better on offense.
Right, obviously emotions are high right now, and just kind of just showing just what this game meant to you as the quarterback. But what are some of the silver linings that you can take from this afternoon into the bye week, into you guys' trip to Houston?
Yeah, it's tough. It means a lot to me. I want to win for everybody, for this team, for the state, for everything. And
How much did it pump you guys up early game when your punter comes through with a run like that to keep the drive going, and then you guys kind of say hey, after that we're gonna score in this drive, right?
yeah, it was a great job. Special teams did a good job too, and giving us an extra possession. And I was proud of the way we fought back and were able to score on that drive.
Brayden, when you took that hit early, what was going through your mind? How badly did you want to stay out there? In a game like this.
Yeah, I think it's any game. I don't plan on coming out. That's just not the way I've been raised or the way I play football. I'm gonna, stick in there for my guys and do whatever it takes to give my best to win. And I think I've continued to do that, and unfortunately, just didn't happen.
And, what was kind of the message and the mood in the locker room after that game?
It's just you got to move on. You get one day to be mad about this one, and then you got to move on. And we got a game in 2 weeks that we got to rest up and get ready for.